Lino and Survey Monkey in terms of our first cut, and then how we used that feedback into producing our final cut. So one of the feedback that we got on our Lino was that the lip sync bit works if there's more of it, and the audience know who the character is earlier on. This is something we took on board in terms of how we then produced our final cut, as we introduced the character who does the lip sync at the beginning of the music video before the song even starts, so the audience have an idea of who he actually is before, instead of just introducing him midway through the song without actually having any sort of recollection of who he is. So we've introduced him to show that he's sort of the artist of the song. Another piece of constructive criticism we got was, what's going to happen to the character? Can't just play video games all the time. This is something that we took on board, and is obviously with our first cut we hadn't shown an ending yet, so the audience didn't know how it was going to end in the first place, but we did consider how we were going to sort of tie up the music video, so we decided that the character can end up back at the arcade games as if his life is just reset, like a video game is just reset. And we decided to use a shot from the start of our music video where the character is pressing start on the arcade game, almost like he's restarting his life again. Another piece of feedback we got was explore other locations. This is something we did, as only in our first cut we used maybe 3 or 4 locations. Then we added a few more later on in the music video. We added a few more in terms of another house, some more outdoors, sort of the river alleyway area, which was in our pre-production and planning. Another piece of criticism we got was more colour. This is something we did because obviously we tried to use the black and white to connote how the feelings of the character within the early stages of the music video, and then as the music video progressed with our final cut, there was more colour added to show that maybe his life was coming back to life, and the black and white sort of connoting that his life was maybe not going anywhere or not going in the right direction at that point in the music video. Finally, another bit of criticism we got was, what connotations do the arcade games have? Hopefully with our final cut you can see the arcade games, sort of the main protagonist uses that as an escape route for him in terms of how he gets his life back on track. So at the beginning he uses it as an escape route, but then realises he hasn't got that anymore, and his personal struggles become even more evident within the music video, within the middle stages of it, and then obviously he meets a female character, he gets his life back on track, she cuts him out, and then he goes back to the beginning and tries to restart using the arcade games as an escape.